Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of your Wheel and Anchor weekly newsletter. I was musing the other day as I was compiling the newsletter this week about when you spend time in a place for the first time, how taking a few extra days can really alter your perspective. Most tours that I do, quite honestly, I tend to bomb around because I'm on a specific mission to find a hotel or a restaurant or, to meet the local guide or whatever aspect of the trip I need to suss out in order to ensure a great experience. And so I often find my place in towns or cities for a day or two or maybe three if I'm lucky. But on the odd time that I actually spend a bit more time is when I really start to understand a place and change my perspective. And I think in particular about a recent experience, the first time I went to Estonia a couple of years ago. It's a small country in the Baltic states. A lot of people can't even put it on a map, which isn't unsurprising because not really much goes on there. But of course, we all know that Estonia is formerly part of the Soviet Union. And the impression that I had in my mind, the prejudice, if you will, that I had in my mind about Estonia was, oh, here's another Eastern European country. It's going to look like Hungary or Romania or Bulgaria, and have that sort of Soviet brutalist kind of a feel to it, and the people as well. And yet you show up there, and I remember, and it took me a few days for it really to sink in, but just the fact that the country has evolved to a completely different place where you sort of look around and you think, wow, this is more like Western Europe than Eastern Europe. And the people are a lot friendlier than I remember from Eastern European countries back in the day. And gradually my whole notion of what the Baltic states were all about, and Estonia in particular, again, I had no relationship to it other than my own feeling from inside about what the place was like, got gradually and entirely shifted. And again, this is the experience that I find, if I really think about when I can spend a few extra days in a place and not just pass through. A little bit of the philosophy we try to follow at Wheel and Anchor is to have that time that you feel like you're experiencing something a little bit through a local's eyes, and you get your vision, your imagination of what that place is all about is sort of turned on its head. So just thought I'd share that with you, that little anecdote. Maybe you have an example of a place that you went that after spending some time, your view on it was no longer that of a tourist, but of, not quite a local either, but where you somehow had a deeper relation and a deeper understanding and a deeper appreciation for what that place was all about. So happy to hear any feedback as usual. Please do join me. We were just talking about South Africa the other day on our latest webinar, and we've got Costa Rica coming up. So if you missed the trip this year, or because we were sold out early on, we've got 2 departures to Costa Rica next year. So come check out our webinar this coming week. You'll find the link below as usual, and I look forward to catching you on the next newsletter.